4 a.m. Wednesday, August 22nd, 2018. Packed and ready to drive from Clarkston, Michigan to Gatlinburg, Tennessee. 10.5 hours later, we arrived and settled in to enjoy the Farquharson family gathering. Thursday morning started with fog and breakfast at a local restaurant. Ran some errands, then it was time to ride. I wanted to explore some interesting local roads before heading up into the mountains, but that didn't go very well. Some were closed, others had one lane blocked, like you see here, although this tunnel was fun. We drove into downtown Gatlinburg and sought out a very curvy back road I'd found on the map. That turned out to be a big mistake. Following a very slow-moving pickup truck on a very tight road was almost a recipe for disaster. I really didn't expect to get caught behind us. Fuck, babe. Babe, help me. Lean the other way. Lean to the left. Oh, fuck, that was close. Fuck, that was close. Oh, that was close. Well, this turned out to be a bad idea. God damn, that scared the fuck out of me. Fucking pickup, man. I couldn't keep my momentum. And when it started to go, it really started to go. Okay, forget it. Oh, fuck, that hurt. That hurt. My back's a little tweaked. Son of a bitch. Okay, this was a little bit too much. I had come very close to dropping the Goldwing for the first time when the weight shifted as it rolled backwards. It took all my strength to keep it from falling over, and only when Amy shifted to the left was I able to get it upright again. I continued to ride through downtown, trying to catch my breath and my wits. You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
It was a cool morning and we were wearing lined leather jackets, but after the scare and the exertion, we were suddenly sweating like mad. Decided to pull behind a gas station and park. We took off our jackets, removed the liners, and tried to relax before getting on the road again. We headed out of town and into the Great Smoky Mountain National Park. We decided to ride up to Clingman's Dome, 22 miles into the mountains. I recorded the whole ride and I'm sharing all of it here, but to keep the video to a reasonable length, I sped up the playback 600%. I did insert a few freeze frames of a few views. Ooh, a view! As you can tell from the logo in the upper left corner, this was recorded on my Garmin Verb Action camera that captures real-time GPS data for display. The circles on the lower left show speed and altitude, and the squiggly line on the lower right is our ground track. The camera is mounted on my helmet. The benefits of that location: a clear view above the windscreen, and it looks where I'm looking. The downsides are excessive wind noise for the built-in microphone, and if I have to look rapidly from side to side for any reason, it can make the viewer a bit dizzy. I hope this doesn't give you motion sickness. Ooh, another view. I know, a view, blah, blah, blah. I love the way the road coils up and over itself here. Us city folk usually only see this stuff in parking garages. Minivan. Thank you, sir. Truck. Thank you, sir. Another minivan. Thank you, sir. Car. Also, it seems the wind blast made the helmet mount start to pivot upward slightly over time. I'll have to do something about that. Thanks, I guess. We parked at the visitor center and walked up to the trailhead. Amy graciously allowed me to hike the steep half-mile trail to the lookout tower. Turned out to be harder than I expected, but I took my time and made it all the way up and back. I didn't linger, but took photos before carefully descending back to Amy, who patiently waited for my return. This should give you an idea of the scale of that trail. See that dot of gray in the center of this photo? That's the parking lot. Yeah, patiently. The return trip to Gatlinburg was uneventful with the exception of the huge RV towing the Jeep that refused to use any of the turnouts designed to keep such rigs from impeding traffic. Maybe he's done it for so long he realizes that if he pulled off every time someone got behind him, he'd never get anywhere. But it was frustrating to see him ignore about 30 turnouts before finally getting out of our way a half an hour later. Must have been about 40 cars behind him by that time. One last ride through downtown. Traffic was heavier but still manageable. It's definitely a tourist town. Lots of places I would ignore, but a lot of places I'd like to experience. We'll have to come back someday, but now it was time to get back to the cabin. Hot dog. Thank you, sirs. packing the gear and securing the bike in the trailer, it was time for dinner and more socializing under a nearly full moon. Early to bed, early to rise, and hit the road. Breakfast in Caryville, view of Cincinnati, traffic jams in Dayton, bad roads in Michigan, and finally home.